All right, let's dive into WordPress. So, have you ever had this amazing idea for a website, but then the thought of coding just stops you dead in your tracks? Well, today, we're going to break down the tool that lets literally millions of people build incredible sites, and you don't have to write a single line of code to do it.
You've got this brilliant idea, right? Maybe a business you want to launch or just a story you really need to tell. You know, a website is the next logical step. But then, bam, you hit that technical wall. All the code, the servers, the jargon, it feels like you have to learn a whole new language, doesn't it?
Well, trust me, you are definitely not alone in feeling that way. But the good news is, there's a solution out there that was designed specifically for people like you. People who want to focus on their awesome content, not get bogged down in a bunch of complicated code.
And yeah, you guessed it, that solution is WordPress. And look, it's not just some website builder. It is by far the world's most popular one. Get this, it powers over 40% of all websites on the entire internet. I mean, that's just a staggering number, right? And believe me, there's a really good reason for that kind of popularity.
So what exactly is WordPress? Well, at its heart, it's free, open-source software. Now, open source might sound a little techy, but all it really means is that it's built and maintained by a huge global community, not just one single company. And that's what makes it so incredibly flexible and always getting better. It gives you the power to create pretty much anything you can think of. A personal blog, a sleek portfolio, even a full-blown e-commerce store. And you can do it all without having to be some kind of tech wizard. Okay, to really get how all the different parts of it work together, let's think about it like a family. It's a simple analogy, but it really helps make the whole structure of WordPress just click.
So first up, you have the WordPress Core. Think of this as the head of the household. It provides all the basic, essential features and security that everything else gets built on top of. Then you have the theme. This is like the spouse, the one who handles all the interior design. It controls the entire look and feel of your site, the layout, the colors, the fonts, you name it. And finally, you've got the plugins. You can think of these like the children. They're the ones that bring in all the extra specific features. Need a contact form? There's a plugin for that. Want to build an online shop? Yep, there's a plugin for that too.
And that quote about plugins being like children, it's actually perfect. They can add these incredible, powerful features to your site, for sure. But you know, they really do need to be watched. Just like apps on your phone, you've got to choose them carefully. An old or badly made plugin could slow your site down, or even worse, open up a security hole. So the key is to stick with trusted ones and, really important, always keep them updated.
So you see, this whole family structure, the core, the theme, and the plugins, it puts a ton of power right into your hands. We've talked about what WordPress is, so now let's get into the really exciting part, what it can actually do for you.
And the benefits here, they're huge. First off, the main software is totally free, like forever. It's also famous for being super easy for beginners, so you're not going to be pulling your hair out for weeks just trying to learn the basics. And when we say it's completely customizable, we really mean it. If you can dream it up, you can probably build it with WordPress. It's also built to be SEO friendly right from the get-go, which is a fancy way of saying it helps Google find your site more easily. And remember that open source thing? That means it's constantly being updated and secured by that global community, and it's not some company that could just go out of business tomorrow and take your website with it. It's here to stay.
And actually creating content, it couldn't be simpler. You just write. Then you can save it as a draft, take a look to review it, and whenever you're ready, boom, you hit publish. It's a workflow that just feels natural.
You know, one of the biggest fears whenever you start something new is that question, what happens if I get stuck? Well, with WordPress, that's honestly not something you need to lose sleep over, because you're not just getting software. You're joining this massive global support system that's ready to help you out. Okay, now this next part is super important for any beginners, so listen up. We're talking WordPress.com versus WordPress.org. They sound the same, but they're different. Think of it this way. WordPress.com is like renting a fully furnished apartment. It's super easy to get started, all the maintenance is handled for you, but you can't really knock down any walls or do major renovations. WordPress.org, on the other hand, is like owning your own piece of land. You get the blueprints for the house for free, that's the software, but you're in charge of hiring the construction crew, which is your web hosting. It's a little more work up front, but you get total freedom to build exactly what you want. And no matter which way you go, the amount of help available is just incredible. You've got official user forums where you can ask anything, dedicated learning sites, tons and tons of online tutorials, WordPress TV. There's even something called the Codex, which is basically the official user manual for the whole thing. Help is always just a click away. So when you put it all together, right, the power, the flexibility, that massive community, it all boils down to one simple thing: empowerment.
Those old barriers that used to stop people from building a professional website, they're just gone.
WordPress gives you the tools. It gives you the foundation, the themes give you the style, and the plugins give you all the special features. Everything you need is right there, waiting for you. So the only real question left is, what are you going to create?